order something on the time, but it didn't place it on the time.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So suppliers had suddenly longer delivery times.
Lead time.
Yeah. And respectively, the whole site came to a halt, or? Okay, okay. And how did you deal with it? Did you just send the teams home, or did you still pay them, or what was the solution?
Like we have done the half day.
Hmm. So you paid half a day and then sent them home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is I've come across that myself. Yeah, it's I worked with on a construction site in Berlin, and we had this glass delivery late, so everybody got half a day pay as a present, and we see you tomorrow. Yeah, the hope that and the suppliers always promise, yeah, I think it will come possibly today. Okay, no way, it comes today. Yeah, so everybody was sent home, and it wasn't there on the day, but it came on the next day when everybody was back. Yeah. Okay, yeah, very good. So half a day pay, and was it there on the next day?
Yeah, they probably get a return warning from the supplier.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's worse, yeah. And the supply chain next time,
Yeah.
they consider twice if they take that one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So one organizational issue. Other ones? Hot issues or topics? Yeah.
About 2 hours ago, I walked into the library and looking for a computer, and I couldn't find one. So I was walking around for a long time until I found one. That's an issue.
Okay. So the availability of, again, resources, yeah? It's the computers in the library. This is tricky, right? A lot of students are enrolling today again as well, right? So they kind of sign up for the library card in the library.
And there's building work in the library.
At the moment? Okay, yeah. This is not so
they
good.
have 2 elevators off. So there's only 2 on. So there's the queue of people waiting for the elevator, so you just have to take the stairs.
Okay, so this is like a tough practicing environment, yeah, but it can only get better from there. Yeah, this is a good recognition, but not ideal. Yeah. And did you complain to the library, or?
No, it's standard.
Oh, this happens a lot. No, but do complain. This counts, because then they have to put the contractors in times where, unless it really broke down today, and they're just trying to fix it. But
they are working on certain issues. They are working on certain issues, like they are changing the first ground floor.
okay.
That's where it's not working.
Also, it's literally kind of trying to solve issues. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but general construction work shouldn't happen through the semester. So we get punished with it once the semester stops, but it's certainly normally not semester time. Yeah? Okay, but good issue, yeah. So this was for the university, yeah, particularly the library, yeah. Yeah, other ones? Hot topics at the moment, maybe? I mentioned a lot of organizations when I gave my example, so maybe by country or region or place you're from, or so organizations are a lot of attachments actually to us, right? So this can be as well profession, project management, yeah. But it can be as well identity, like violin player or football player or volleyball, yeah, or table tennis, yeah. So, no issues.
Like, what about cultural issues?
Yeah.
So like a company like changing, their headquarters to like a different country will affect, everything in the business.
Mm-hmm. So
HSBC, they had their headquarters in London, didn't it? And then they converted back to Hong Kong because they thought it would benefit, but they obviously had all the cultures from their London headquarters, so yeah, that I suppose maybe.
Did you work there at the time, or?
No, we didn't work there. Like, that's just an example, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were a few. So if you do that wrong and you embrace a different cultural mechanism that kind of destroy the culture that you kind of cherished or really valued, you can really be destructive. Yeah. So in PepsiCo, this is a former company I worked in, we recognize this. So initially the idea was, and you will see this as well in some of the literature that we are covering, that you create a culture. Now we didn't actually do this anymore since 2000, because we realized that we kind of degraded the motives why people actually worked. So if you want to create a culture, you have to create it from the people. Yeah? You have to ask what motivates you, and then you can start identifying values, why they're actually motivated in doing the work. And if you then do this process meaningful, then you have a very powerful tool, because people really start identifying with it, and they can as well celebrate their achievements that kind of fit the values. Yeah? But that is very difficult. So particular merger and acquisitions, or as well kind of headquarter changes, this is potentially change projects that are very sensitive to company cultures. Yeah? Can that as well impact? Can project culture impact on company culture? Or what do you think? And yeah, so how do you see that happening?
It could lead to like ineffective, communication and things like that.
Mm.
Because people in the company all have different beliefs to what they know in their country.
Mm-hmm. So you have here in mind like ICT solution, yeah? So computers and still phone, fax?
Yeah.
Fax as well? Yeah. Just probably, but and your concern is with introducing a new system, yeah?
You could do, yeah. That would be a benefit, like.
Yeah, if it works. Yeah, so if it lives up to the expectations, that is probably one of the worst projects that you can do as a company, because we have all very good benchmarks. Yeah, you have all your personal experience with how communication systems should work. Yeah, computers, maybe your mobile. If the company doesn't live up to that standard, then it's probably perceived as a hygiene factor, right? That doesn't really work. Yeah. Yeah. So in the past, it was probably, particularly in small to medium-sized enterprises, the biggest nightmare. Yeah. Kind of implementing IT solutions yourself. Yeah. Depending on skills and abilities. Okay, we take one more issue in an organization. We can take as well more light-hearted ones. Yeah? We had here quite heavy issues, but shouldn't have started with this conversation from Singapore. That backfired straight away. But yeah, other issues, maybe organizations. Nothing? No. Has anybody worked in a company that had like kind of working 9 to 5 and then changed to flexible working? No?
When I was working in a company and I did a team, sometimes I have a debate with my coworkers. They will follow my lead, but they wouldn't do the best, so the project finally comes and fail.
Okay, so motivation, yeah, to really kind of work towards a goal.
Yeah.
So how did you work with it then? Did you?
We negotiate with them, and we have a meeting to discuss the issue, and I showed my experience. If we do this way and we come to a better solution, result, they will believe me, but they didn't do their best. So.
Okay.
Let's respect.
Yeah. So there is an issue then as well in probably trusting in this, yeah, or really trying it out, yeah. So this is of course a dilemma, yeah. Particularly if you have a new way that they haven't seen yet, then this is always met with skepticism. Yeah? This is a tricky thing. Yeah. And then, do you have any solutions now, looking back?
I just give them the punishment.
All right. Okay. Okay. So this is again. Yeah, so we could use that as a metaphor. Yeah, so the carrot or the stick. Yeah, so if they don't do well, then they get punished. No lunch. Yeah, or
no bonus.
Yeah, not the nice lunch, but just the normal lunch. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This could work. Yeah, but this is an incentive game. Yeah. So here we are trying to incentivize and de-incentivize. Yeah. So this is it's one of our tools that we can use. Okay, so we had a few issues, and we have seen different organizations. So we had a few times business, one time the library and university. Yeah. So again, there were as well some issues. Then more personal ones. Yeah. So just a conversation about countries and dynamics. And again, it's quite fascinating to see. So when we come to that. Yeah, just to warn you, I use here a few banner headlines or quotations to stimulate your thinking as well a little bit. And some are mostly used because they're quite controversial. That's why I want to kind of have a little bit controversial statements to kind of see what maybe is perceived to be a certain way in a different one. So if we're looking at organizations like businesses, you can sometimes get a feeling that some are very structured. They have hierarchies. So university we have. So you notice the academics. We start kind of as a associate lecturer. Then with a little bit luck become a lecturer. Then you have to kind of do some publications that are meaningful to your field. Then you become a senior lecturer. And then when you kind of show that you are a reputable superstar, then you become a associate professor. And if you are a leader in your field and you're a professor, and it's worse, they give you as well timelines. So after 3 years of senior lecturer, you shouldn't apply it for associate professor. And when you're associate professor, you have to do 5 years before you're supposed to apply for professor. So there are timelines, yeah. But this is a hierarchy, right? So it's a structure of ordering people into roles and gives them as well a certain level of decision making, probably as well prestige, right? And as well regarding we work together in those roles. So I work together with Professor Dave Greenwood, and I work together with Mohamed Kassem. Yeah, although he is my superior, he is actually. Yeah, I'm the module tutor, so I win on this one. Don't tell him I said that. Yeah. So there is an element from hierarchy. Yeah. So, but some businesses here we are referring to the Virgin Mobile. Yeah, it's actually Virgin as a company, if you want. Claims differently. So here, this is an old quote, but at the time he was claiming this business is really successful at working in a particular way. It's a very flat, very open, and going forward, we must not lose that. We must not lose the magic. Now, what does it mean? Is this meaningful to us as projects? First of all, does Virgin Mobile still exist? Well, what do you think? People are skeptical. Virgin Mobile, I never heard of that. They do actually still exist, but they haven't been actually a market player. But they are now back. They are actually just coming back into the mobile business. But this is very specific. Now they lost the magic, is actually the honest answer. But what is the indicator here? I talk about a flat, open management system with no hierarchy. Well, what does that mean? Is that like the university?
That means that nobody's anybody's boss.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this guy clearly is a boss, but he runs around with his coworkers. You're spot on. Yeah. So a flat hierarchy means kind of that there is no distance between kind of the communication layers. Yeah. So if you compare this, he was basically directly at the front. So any coworker that would recognize, hey, the EE is really kind of coming up, and even Orange is going to be taken over, then he would have known directly. Likewise, in my university, this is not how it works. I report to Mohamed Kassem, and he then reports to Dave Green. No, it's not that strict, but that would be kind of the idea, the decision level making. Yeah. Now the big question as well is, can you afford to have a flat and open management system with no hierarchy? Is this always functional? What do you think? Looking back at your past experience, does that work?
Depends on the context.
Okay, give me an example where that would work. I think as well non-business organizations. Yeah. So if you want in your past experience, you play football. Do we have a hierarchy in football?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is it tall or flat?
I think so.
Okay. So who's the boss in the football team?
The captain and the...
Yeah. So you have a captain, but is this a specific player, or is that different from team to team?
Different.
Yeah, it depends, right? So normally in teams you go for who do you pick in a team for football?
The older person, the team.
Yeah, oldest or always the oldest or experience?
The best.
Yeah. So you have already identified a few factors.
The
Sometimes.
person who have skills, he can control the team.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have now we have three mechanisms. Yeah. And so you had maybe the oldest, maybe the most experienced in that sport. Yeah. Maybe the most skilled. So he can show or help as well others, right?
Most fit.
Yeah.
Fitness-wise?
Fitness-wise, the fittest. Okay. Yeah. And normally it's as well the one that can best talk to everybody.
So who has a good relation with other all team members.
Yeah. Spot on. Yeah. So good relationships is as well very important. And then is there a hierarchy afterwards, or is he central to all team members?
The coach.
Yeah. So coach, then captain, and then the team players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's relatively flat, and arguably the team, the captain is kind of part of the team. So he's kind of the central role, yeah, in the game. But it works as well directly that the coach probably talks to all the team members, right? Yeah. So potentially this is very flat, arguably. Yeah. So, but you are right. It's 2 layers, so it's not completely flat. Yeah. Other examples? University, not so flat. So what is the benefit of a flat hierarchy? What do you think? Particularly if you think about communication.
Just means you can get a wider range of, people's opinions, values, like how they can benefit the company. It's just fair, so people, it's just more effective communication, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So it's more direct, yeah. So often more effective as well.
No limitations.
So what?
No limitations.
In what way? Yeah, so no limitations, but what are you thinking of?
Between them and those.
Yeah. Yeah, you have probably a direct relationship. Yeah. So be it your team member, be it a project manager. Yeah, if you would be kind of equal, probably talk on a similar level. Yeah. Maybe you have what's it mean? So you may have the decision making role allocated, yeah, but it's a very direct level and easy to inform. Yeah. Well, what's the difference to a steeper hierarchy? So what does that mean?
It's like you're told what to do more, like by whoever's your manager, and then that person's told what to do by that person, and so on. It goes up and up.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, if we are thinking again about communication, you have people that communicate to people to find out what those people actually have to communicate, and then you bring the communication back to who makes the decision. Yeah. Now, why do we do strange things like that? What do you think? Does it make sense? Why do we go for hierarchies?
So groups of people are easier to manage.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is the issue here? What is the driving force for actually kind of layering? I mean, aside of not wanting to talk people, yeah. So I see a lot of other sidelining, but when does it become difficult to have a flat hierarchy?
In the military,
Why is that?
because you sort of need like a leader.
But yeah, in military you have as well some organization that is actually flat hierarchy. So you have often a team leader, and okay, then it goes very stupid. But yeah. But nonetheless, you know, the even in the military, I think you have often a person that is your direct team leader, and then you have kind of a group leader, and so yeah, okay. But we go here already into a hierarchy. So why is it so difficult? Well, what's the difference maybe between the military and the football team?
Decision making, like,
Yeah.
that's all I can think of really, you know. Just means the person that has more authority is the person that is the only person who isn't enabled to make those critical decisions, because they're seen as, you know, the people in the company. It's like that.
Yeah, you go in the right direction. So there is a quantity and a complexity issue. Yeah, with a football team, it's quite flat because you have a very visible shared goal. Well, literally, you're trying to shoot a goal probably and trying to defend that they don't shoot a goal for you. Now in the military, you often work geographically dispersed and on a lot more complex matters. So you kind of want a remote person that overlooks, that is not like kind of caught up by its locality or by its group belonging. So there's very different specialisms often. And the similar is true for the organizations. Yeah? So the more specialized, the more complicated it is, or the more complex it becomes, the more it makes actually sense to kind of devise into divisions, sub-teams that actually organize. Yeah? At least that is what the theory suggests. So this is as well why many industries like manufacturing went actually for departments and divisions. Yeah? So instead of one project team, they run actually divisions of engineering, division of assembly, to actually create like specialisms. Yeah. Okay. Now this was the starting point, and I've only I'm already out of time. Okay. So have a look at so you will see those are as well quotes to kind of reflect. What I want you to come towards is really kind of your own thought of why we actually communicate and control organizations. What is the purpose behind it? And this is a personal journey. So have a look. Tomorrow I upload the student handbook. Yeah, it's a Word document. So you can either print it or you can just use it as a Word document and take your notes. Works through the first chapter. Yeah, it's literally the quotes that you will see. And I ask you here questions. So have a look at that. Then I talk as well a little bit about you to why we actually talk so much about the communication. So it's literally to do with our change from starting from very simple hard facts and soft facts and single projects to multi-project management, where you have multiple projects, to cultural dimensions. Yeah? So nowadays, intercultural multi-project manager is quite common. If you can, intercultural project cooperation manager, this is elite. Now, if you come to life work balance with project management, then you're a superstar. And now this is just fiction, yeah, but conscientiousness level of a balanced project manager, largely in happiness, yeah, this is what we are working towards. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm joking about this, but yeah, this is kind of where the idea comes from, to look at organizational communication as a matter of control, to be really conscious of your tools. Yeah. Okay, did you have any questions? So let me jump to the last slide. That's fabulous what marketing has done with my slides, right? So questions or any answers for me? Okay, so this session was far too much talking from me. Next week you will see it's very interactive. Please try to come at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know it's a killer session in the morning. Yeah, particularly on a Monday, I recognize it, yeah. It's keep in mind, I kind of have to cycle here for 1 hour. Yeah, maybe this is a beat up when it rains and you're like, yeah, it's not that bad as Robert has it. Yeah, maybe that is a good motive to get up to. Yeah, yeah. And questions? Any answers for me?
Is the template on Blackboard?
it will be. Yeah. So not yet, yeah, but it will be there, and you will see it has as well the referencing in it and kind of the guide. Yeah. Other questions? But it's a good reminder. I will do that. Yeah. Okay. If you are missing anything, don't wait for it. Just email me. Yeah. So at the moment, I'm still a little bit jet lagged. I can feel that my eyes are already pressing. I feel already like being asleep for 2 hours. So this is very bad. Yeah. I hope I didn't project that on you. So yeah, thank you very much for the first session. Yeah, I see you next week. If you have any questions or you're missing anything, I'm based on the second floor, so 1 floor up, 207. Yeah, that's where you can find me. I will be there tomorrow. Well, today probably for another hour, and then tomorrow again at 8 o'clock. Yeah. So yeah. Otherwise, enjoy your week and a good start in the semester. All the best. Yeah. And I see you around. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.